Good evening, folks, and welcome to Black Country Blitz here on this Thursday night. Right, now, as one or two you know who probably follow the channel, or anybody that's watching this, I had some beautiful destinations to travel in Euro. Pro mods, natural looks for better graphics, sharper as natural looks gives. Add-ons for Russia, Swedish islands, plus others. Anyway, over the last couple of days I've had that many crashes. I'm halfway through a stream and poof, gone. So enough was enough. I whipped them all off, went back to standard Euro trucks too. Anyway, after looking around and thinking, I miss them. So what I've done, I've put the EAA map back on. So that's giving me Brazil or South America. So now we've got all what comes as box standard, and we've also got Brazil to play with. Now, I've gone to the farthest island away on this EAA map. So I'm just about to go and take a job. I've changed my truck to a man truck, as you can see. It's going through. Little 6-speeder. Red. I couldn't be bothered. Few flashing lights. Some roarers. Cool bleak. The old Michelin, man. Michelin tyres. Red and blue. With wheels. So, without further ado, let's get some gaming, because I streamed today. Well, sorry. I'll tell a lie. I've done one. So, fingers crossed, this won't crash, won't stutter. If it does, it does. We'll see. This is the tester. Anyway, let's go. It ain't crashed so far, but I ain't done a big job at all. So, right, let's have a look what jobs we got. We're now recording our World of Truck jobs. So, these are so funny. 6 minutes. It took me that long to get the trailer on, never mind. And that's 4 minutes. So it's going to take me 3 minutes to reverse, because with my Logitech gear shifter having no reverse gear because it broke. So by the time I've pressed the Xbox key in the middle, got the reverse gear, I could have delivered the trailer. So we'll take this other one. It's how much farther. Again, it's mostly 32 hours of water, but it'll just see how much this is going to stutter and fart, and, as it was with all the big, a lot of map on, yeah? Now, it baffled me. PC was built for photography. It was built to high-end. I upped the RAM, I upped everything. Now, a friend of mine runs a not much, slightly less powerful PC. Again, it does run 2 graphics cards. Again, I don't think this kind of game supports the power of 2 graphics cards. I don't think that happens with games. Not sure. Somebody might enlighten me. But either way, this PC should easily take it. NVIDIA 1080 Ti card in. It's just over a year and a half old, so, with graphics cards, I'm up and down like a pair of drawers. So, at the time, this was the best PC that you could get, yeah, for the money. Now, so, I'm expecting it to carry this game. Every other game I own, ultra high settings, the lot. As soon as I start putting all that on, it's like, see ya. You get down the road and all of a sudden, you'd have flickering in the cars. Again, that's the risk you take with modding, as people know who mod this game. Yeah, it's trial and error. Go and have a look at Wombat stream. The guy is forever moving everything up and down in mod folders. Now, I followed his channel and looked how he did it, yeah? And I got majority of what he got maps, and I still couldn't get it to work. So if I couldn't get it to watching a fellow YouTuber, what chance had I got? The only chance I'd got was to whip it out. Anyway, let's waffle, let's get driving, and let's take this little man truck for a spin. And let's see what this got off. Now, why I've put this map on as well, For the simple reason, it has got what Russia had, and especially up by Chernobyl. Yeah, because we had extended versions of Russia. Again, people that actually do mod the game, they know exactly where I'm coming from. And it got a load of uneven roads. Now, when I started to having a nose around in this, I noticed that some of the textures had got the same as in Russia. Also, unknown to me, we don't need to use extended physics. CSC software have put physics in that I've never experienced in my life, where I'm bouncing about. Now, why I need hey, you think you got no interruptions and boom. Anyway, as I was saying, with the physics, you get bounced about. Now, I'll sit on a vibrating cushion from SRS Shaker Kit in America. Yeah, I brought it to experience that feeling of just a little bit more. Now, when I drive fast, the cushion vibrates. When I'm driving slow, so acceleration, deceleration, I go over any bumps, speed ramps or anything, the cushion has got 4 reactions. Yeah, now with just the engine running, I've got all 4 of them going boom, 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 boom. I know, I mean, you go feel it, just take my word, it's like having a small massage to the tops of your legs and the cheeks of your ass. Yeah, left and right and by your knees. Now, they do a complete kit, right, which does your back, your 4 on your chair, and I think it's 2 on your pedals. Yeah, again, it's £500. Now, I would buy that tomorrow, but Christ knows what FedEx would charge me to have it delivered. That's the only gripe. It's not the products. I've got no problems with the products at all. It's the added on delivery costs to the UK, because you automatically think, oh well, that's it, I've paid the price, blah blah blah, and then FedEx sting you with another bill, yeah, for shipping, because their main depot is in France. Yeah, so if you live in the UK like myself, oh, here's me waiting thinking I'm going to change. I hate these traffic lights. Anyway, as I say, so here's me thinking, well, I've paid the due, blah blah blah, there you go. So just imagine a family's trying to get their son or whatever, or somebody else who's on a budget, and then they go and get stung by an extra bill. Now, I got stung for about just over £40. Yeah, again, I was like, I mean for real, you could have thrown it out the plane and you was going across England. Yeah, but no. And again, at first I was going to not pay it, because in my eyes, again, bad on the people from SRS Shaker Kit. There's nothing on the website saying that you might have added costs. Yeah, it don't take 2 minutes just to put on the website, blah blah blah, this don't cover FedEx's fees. Yeah, simple. But anyway, so going back to the cushion, going up rows like this, if I go over here on the bumps, I'm feeling that now, because my one tyre is on them bumps. It's a great little, it's just a little added extra. I don't know what's happening here, but anyway, going now, this is going to be bad, is it? No, I thought it was one of them roads like in Russia, because with the physics in from SCS software now, unknown to me, I'd turn the physics completely off. I was running the physics mod, and of course, with having the problems, I got rid of the physics mod, like most of the mods I'd put on, to try and see what was the cause. My good friend Mark says, well, hold on a bit, what you using that for? We went through my settings, which was for the physics, and found out that I'd made it so they were reacting to the game. So like a hero, with the sliders at nothing, that's when you've got the maximum physics on. So I tried that. Within 30 seconds I tipped the wagon. It had gone, the trail of the lot. Yeah. Now if you watch anybody that plays online and you see how fast they drive, there would be no way that they would handle that at speed. Yeah. So again, that slider or the couple of sliders, they went to halfway. So then it makes me have to think, well, hold on, can I take this corner at X amount of speed, or do I need to slow down? And of course the answer to that is to slow down. Right, I don't want to see that bar, so I'm just getting rid of that bar. It irritates me to see it. So now, no physics, and don't get me wrong, the people that have made the mods on Steam Workshop, they was good. Yeah, that was good. I had one, I think it was 14 ton. Now hold on, I'm just going to change that subject, right? If you see them bricks in the road, so you've got the bits, but them bricks now, that noise telling me I'm on a different surface, yeah, like pebbles, but that side of me, which is my left side, the front one and the back one are vibrating more than the right two. Now them all gonna go now. Now it's changed again. All four. Plus the physics is kicking in, because I've got the thing where if I move side to side, again, got the Tobii eye tracking bar, the best I've ever got it now, because I'm one of these players that like to be up in the air with a cab. Now if I just slightly bring my head up, I ain't got much of a pitch, yeah, otherwise you're looking down at no feet. So if I do need to look up in the cab, which there ain't a lot to look, but if there's something in the sky that's interesting, I can do it, but without like being rapid, yeah. So again, I seem to find now with the Tobii eye bar, less is best, yeah. I mean, if you want it to be as close to reality or as realistic with your head, again, it ain't going to be perfect. It ain't an head tracking bar, it's an eye tracking. So if you combine the two, but less is best, you should get a smooth one, right? Another tip, again, my own fault, can't blame nobody else but myself, is when this Tobii eye tracking were integrated into Euro trucks or American trucks, you had to use a third-party plugin, VJoy, virtual reality game thing, right, to get it to work in Euro trucks. Now, I wasn't too sure whether you still had to use Tobii eye tracking game settings as well as the settings which is now integrated into Euro trucks and American trucks. So I'm thinking, right, so I turned them off in Tobii eye settings and everything stopped, and I thought, well, that's answered my question, you still need to have both. Well, the second video I've posted about Tobii eye tracking to help fellow people who've bought these tracking bars and who play this game, I needed to go and have a look at what the other sliders did and how they impact on what we do. Again, CSC, Tobii's put it there, but CSA, again, I know you guys have probably got a lot to do with making new maps, new content, so you know, I'll let you off on that one. But it would have been nice, as we all know, to have a bit of finesse. Again, if I make one, I will send you that and you can integrate it in just for us Tobii. I will design that. You might have to stretch it a bit, whatever. But going back to Tobii website now, it does tell you if you start this game, disable Tobii Hub, yeah, the game hub, because now it's integrated and all the settings are done by the software, i.e. Euro trucks and American trucks. So then that tells me I don't need that VJoy virtual game plugin, right? So I uninstalled that. Again, if you don't need it, I don't need it for no other games. It was only for Euro trucks and American trucks. I uninstalled that. Of course, turned off Tobii Gaming Hub, started the game, and automatically it says that you're missing a controller, right? Now when you configure whatever wheel you've got, and of course if you've got a Tobii tracking bar, you had to register this VJoy, yeah? So by taking, just going to the drop down, you've got some options and just put none. So basically, because you've uninstalled it, it could find the, I think it's a DLL or whatever, or an exe file. It's more than likely to be an execution file. You could find that. So once you say no, either close the game or carry on, I'll just carry it on. But the next time I played it, or I loaded up Euro trucks, I closed the hub on my taskbar, or in my tray should I say, started the game, and the error had gone, because a couple of times I'd loaded it up and thought, what's this error? And then the penny dropped, and then it's that VJoy controller. I mean, my friend was laughing. 20 odd years on a PC and you couldn't work that out. I was like, okay, I'm having a blonde moment. But anyway, we sorted it. It happened again. Same if you play American trucks, you have to go through the same principle. Again, American trucks, the angle of the 3 trucks you can buy. I know you can buy modded trucks, but the 3 main dealers, they ain't like the ones that we play in here. I had to tweak. I got the settings right as in with the tracking, but it's the seating position, like I said in the video that I made. It's all up to yourselves. If you like to be up in the air, you can be up in the air. Yeah, if you want to be low, you can be low. It's totally up to you. It's how you like to play your game. I like to be up. If you look at lorries, if you're in a car and you look at a lorry, 9 times out of 10, a lorry will be a lot higher up in the air, so he seems to be looking down on you. Yeah, not level with cars. Yeah, so that's the kind of view that I enjoy playing this at. That kind of, oh, I'm higher than you. Again, it's like blind spots which car drivers get. Lorry drivers must have a nightmare because they're higher. If somebody comes to the side here, you know, if you ain't got them little mirrors there and them there, you ain't going to see them. I don't know if I got, no, you don't get that on there. So, you know, you set that up the way you want to set that up, but as long as you knock the Tobii hub off, and then you go in, if you've, again, got that virtual plugin, uninstall it, unless you use it for something else that you're game with. I mean, there's no other game for me, which was only this, an American trucks, that I needed it for. And again, and big thumbs up to SCS Software for integrating it. Me for not reading it and being a you know. Again, everybody's just, oh, I want to get in this and do this and do this. I say to people, read, and you know, or they read what it says on the tin, yeah? So, now I've read, again, it's still a little bit confusing, especially with what it does, but the more times you read it, see what I did with mine, if you've got 2 screens, because you can sort of like look at the settings as they're happening. I've got another screen just the side of me here. I won't move my eyes because my eyes will wander off the screen. But I loaded up the actual telling you what the sliders do in the settings. Yeah, as you move, not as you move them, but sort of explaining what they do. loaded up the game and thought, right, I'll start sort of slowish, so if you're coming from looking at the left, that's the least it's going to move. Move it to the right, that's going to be like, well, you know, really fast. So once I'd done that, loaded the game up. Of course, it wore to what I wanted, so I loaded the game up again, read again what it said. You know, I started with my head. So again, head is not the strongest point for Tobii eye tracking, but at least it's in this game, and it's also in a few other games. But of course, in this one, you do need to look round. Yeah, I mean, some just look left and right. I like to, when I'm reversing, look out the window. You know, have a little nose, see if there's anything like that, but have it come back to the centre quick enough. Now, in this game, you can say auto centre. That's fine, but I like to do it with my eyes or with my head. Now, sometimes it'll veer off. So if I look over to there, it's veered. It's veered to the left. What I do is just bring my head a little back, sort of look at the point on my monitor and think, right, that's where I want to be. Yeah. Now, Travis, I do believe one of my subscribers has got well, I subscribe to Travis anyway. I think Travis subscribes to my channel. He's got the track head bar. Now, my friend says it's a lot better, and you know, looking at the software, it does look a lot better. It's easy to do, and of course, what you do with that is instantly everything is configured. But with their software, I'm assuming it's with all track IR, you have a virtual head moving thing on the screen, and you can see it in real time. So of course, if you get it right in that first, like my friend did, I watched him do it, how he configured his. We was on Skype together. He shared his screen and it says, right, up and down, left and right, loaded up Euro, and away he went. Yeah, no hassle. If it was too fast, he went back into the settings on the track IR and just smoothed it down a bit, and it's virtually instant. Yeah, there's none of this little waiting and wobbling. Again, if we had that kind of control from either the software or SCS software who make this game, then this Tobii eye bar would be a dream, because you ain't wearing nothing. Yeah, it's bad enough having to wear headphones and having dangly wires. Again, you can't. I've got a set of wireless, but you know, they don't last 2 minutes. You know, if you stream for a couple of hours, your audio's gone because your batteries have gone. So I tend not to use them unless I break these, or you know, I don't fancy having wires stuck around my neck. And again, I'm sick of buying headphones because I'm either snapping them, forgetting them are going on and walking off and pulling the lid, or I break the jack. So it's cut off, solder back, you know, and then you end up with a cord about this big for your headphones. And I think Sennheiser do a lot of trade buying me, because I'm sick of buying Sennheiser headphones for that reason. So that for me is the little bugbear. You've got to wear some more wire, where Tobii don't. So it's Tobii's got its good points, Track IR's got its good and bad points, and so is Tobii eye tracking. So, but again, I have no problems with any other game with a Tobii bar and this one, and it's because you need it to be as precise as possible for a smooth experience. But like I said, I've got this the best I can get it at the moment. I'm happy with this. I can game all day with this. You know what I mean? I game with this until I call game no more because my eyes are sore or I'm tired. One of the two. Or I've got to go out and do something in the real world. If I ain't got to do nothing in the real world, sitting on here, and I'm enjoying this experience, playing this fantastic game, like so many other people of all ages, of all sexes, male and female. You know what I mean? I don't really think playing this game that I'd be into it so much. I thought, yeah, it's just driving about. It's the driving, and of course we're buying the added on extras like the cushion, the tracking bar. It's really brought the game out, of course. Going into doing a few things with the modding, you know, experimenting with that. It's opened up a lot of different things. Because if you've got the money, or, you know, I mean, I ain't mega rich, I'm far from it. So, you know, like anybody else, you go to work, you save up, and you buy it when you can. But for a game that's cheap as chips, I mean, I've bought other games in the past that have cost a lot more money, and they are as exciting or as enjoyable as this is. You know what I mean? I mean, out of the two, this and American trucks, I'd rather have this one. Yeah, there's more going on in Euro trucks for me. I tend to start to nod off to sleep playing American because it's just boring roads. I mean, if you've never played this, if it's the first time you're looking at this game, you've got all things to stop you when driving. You've got islands, toll roads, passport control. That's lacking in America. Again, it's realism. You ain't got that kind of stuff in America. You ain't got islands. I mean, some of the islands in this game, some of them are huge. We could drive. It takes you 5 minutes to drive around them that big, and then you got others that are that tiny and that tight. You got to think, well, am I going to get the cab round, or am I going to get the trailer behind me as well? You know, so you drive. You actually do what it says. You actually do drive sensible. I mean, I could sit here now and blast down this road at X amount of speeds. I'm only doing 40 mile an hour. Again, I'm still going over the speed limit because it's a 30 mile an hour road. But again, I don't think it's a two-way road. If it is, I'm on the grass. If anything comes up, you never know with this game. That's the thrill of it. And you know what? Oh, I thought it was a two-way road. See that car disappear then? Hey, we got a ghost vehicle. And these going to disappear as well. Yep. That's fun. No, that's with the... I know that road is a one-roader. Now, because we've changed textures in the game, all four choices, or so to say, all four transducers, can never get that word out. Gets me. I did it. Yeah. I'll just say 4 speakers. It's easier. All 4 of them, when I was on that road, then was vibrating. Now again, with that, turn the settings down. You don't want to be like rumbling, you know. So with more settings on this cushion, turn them down so you can just feel them. But a couple I put, say it's a medium, so when I go over that certain effect in the game, I know it's that's telling me I'm on. I mean, it ain't too bad if I go to the curb here. It's just rumbling, so that's telling me I'm getting too close to the edges. Yeah. It's really good. You've even got it with impact as well. Never known a thing like it. I mean, I searched Google like somebody gone mad. I couldn't find anything at first. I found 2 items. I found one, which is complete cushion, but reading about this software, it don't sound like it was good. And then I went to a forum, and somebody had put this SRS shaker kit. So of course off I went. Then I typed it in Google. Then I had 2 reviews come up from 2 fellow YouTubers who'd reviewed it. One's an English guy and one's a guy from America. Again, two well-known people. I'm terrible for names, so I do apologise to these two people if you ever do see this stream, but you'll know who you are. And I thought, yeah, that item's for me. That is just up my street. Again, I would love, like so many people out here in the world, a motion sim, you know what I mean? So we could get bounced about at our leisure. But again, unless somebody's going to donate one, or I'm going to win the lottery, it ain't going to happen in my lifetime. Yeah, it's never going to happen. So, for me, the cushion will have to do. I mean, if somebody said to me, if this broke now, would you buy another one tomorrow? And the answer to that would be yes, 100%. If it cost me another £200 with postage and packaging, I would still buy another one. Now, again, if anybody of you or my regulars on the channel that subscribe, I'm in the process of upgrading everything from stand to wheel, and doing it that way. But it's always the way when you want to upgrade anything, everything seems to be out of stock. So first thing, I'm buying a 50-inch telly. Happy to say that's in stock. That should be here within a couple of days. And then the next thing is Fanatec gear. I'm going to buy the 2.5 wheelbase bundle, and I'm also going to buy another one of their steering wheels for when I play F1. Again, with the names, the one I want to buy is out of stock, so it's no good putting the order in yet because the item I need with it is out of stock. The next thing is the actual stand that it all fits on. Now they've got Track Pro or something like that. Again, they've got another three. What I've looked at. The first one I looked at, and of course, with anybody, always do your research first, yeah? Because there's enough people in this world who buy things, or reviewers. Now there is a few reviewers that say, oh, this is the best thing since sliced bread. You go in there, you go and part with your hard-earned cash, and there's no other word for it, but it ends up to being a bag of shit, yeah? Yeah? It breaks your heart when you trust a reviewer and you think, yeah, but you have to think either that reviewer has been sent it to review, or he's had it as a freebie, yeah? So he's going to say, yeah, it's the best thing since sliced bread, yeah? If I review something, if it's good, I'm going to say it's good. If it's a bag of shit, I'm going to tell you it's a bag of shit, and I'll tell the company it's a bag of shit. Yeah? That's my choice, yeah? So people like yourselves who watch this won't make that mistake and part with your hard-earned cash. That makes people who make things to get it right the first time. Okay, tweak things to get it even better, but if you get the core thing right, everything should flow. That's how it normally works, eh? So, going to this first setup I've seen, the pedals move, yeah, there's no pedal support. I thought, well, that's no good for me. You know, when you're racing, you're a bit heavy on the pedals, you don't want the tray, what you hinge, to move. Yeah? Again, I'm on a GT Amiga Apex frame. I can't fault the thing. The only thing you fault it is it ain't connected to a chair. I'll move, I can bring the steering wheel up. I won't do it now, but for me to sort of secure this with me when I'm racing or moving, again, I'm up here. You need to sort of be out straight, don't you, when racing. It's fine for playing Euro, but you know, again, I ain't got much room behind me because there's a bed behind, a Sophie bed behind me, so that's restricting me, pushing myself back. The room ain't the biggest room in the world ever. I wish it was. It's more longer than it is width. So, you know. So that was the first gripe with this first model I seen. And like I said, looking on YouTube, YouTube is fantastic for finding, you know, people who've made reviews or reading reviews. And thought, no, forget that one. So I went to the next one that they've got in their range, and that one was, they were saying where you put the base on, it ain't so good, right? I've seen a lot of reviews trying to find somebody who'd got Fanatec wheelbase on top to have a look, and there's a video with two gentlemen from America, and they review it, and then they said, like, you know, it's this and that. Thought, no, that ain't for me. The third one is their latest one. Their own product video looks absolutely spot on. Movement, pull it forward, the seat, the where you put your pedals on has been reinforced, the chassis and everything. So again, Track Racer, I think them called, they've done their own work. Yeah, they've listened to people like people who do reviews, or they've seen the criticism and they've done it right. Again, I've got no problem with that. Now, it ain't much dearer than the first one. I think £600 or something. Yeah, the newer one is just short of £800. Take a lot more. It is if you ain't got the money, like myself, but that's gonna last. Now there ain't a full description on the website yet, due to it being out of stock. That they've put a notice up saying full review coming soon. But their own video sold it for me. Yeah. Now, when that comes back in stock, hopefully sometime between now and September, as they state on the website, that's the one I shall purchase. Now, I would like Fanatec's own, right? But again, it's like anything that you buy from a different country, it's that delivery cost. Yeah. Now, I set my heart on the one from Fanatec. It's 900 and some odd euros. So again, but no, without stopping the game and going into a converter for euro, no idea what that. But it looked the business. But then I looked at the picture and the description. That's 900 euros without a seat. I'm thinking, well, that ain't very good. Because say for instance, that's £900. To get a decent seat, you got to spend a couple of £100. Yeah. So that's bumped the price up to well over £1,000 just to sit down. No, thank you. Yeah. So going back to this other one, what I've seen, it's got the seat, better tubing and whatever, and adjustment for your wheelbase, adjustment for your pedals, stuff like that. And this also comes with its own TV stand. Now, some of these things are added on extras. Yeah, a lot of the sides I'll go on. But to be fair, there's only GT Amiga that I can find in the UK, which is reasonable. But again, I watched the review on there, and I'm a big lad. I'll buy one of these 2 stone wet lights racing. I need something that's going to last. Again, it's a lot cheaper, and I'll give you credit, guys. You know what I mean? You get a PC tray with it. You get your TV stand. You get your seat. You also get speaker brackets. Again, with the ones that are a little bit dearer, them are added on extras. But again, I can go and get 2 little speaker stands off Amazon, tenner or eBay, do the same job, bit of Velcro, that'll do me. I ain't too bothered about sound, got them on. So, you know, but it's still, again, that is a nice touch by GT Amiga. Yeah, it's all singing, all dancing. But the review I've seen, they was on about where the join in the middle to join the seat, to join the base at the bottom, sort of bends. It's a guy from America again, he did the review. So I thought, well, it's no good for me. I want a seat, or I want a cockpit that ain't moving. Yeah. So that's why I'm going to go with the one Track Racer, I think it's them called. Again, I will get all these names right one of these days. I'll write them down and put them on this screen, so I'm getting the right information out. So hopefully they'll be in stock soon, and you can just see the fan on the opposite to that fan. And I can't do it while I'm driving. There's quite enough gap to put the telly in, and still get round my room. Now I'm facing a wall. I used to be the left side of me here, but I had to turn the desk the opposite way around. So, but with all wires and LEDs, as you've seen in some of the streams, I kitted the desk out with more lights than Blackpool. Yeah, just to add a bit of, I don't know, a bit of fun to the desk. Yeah. So they've got a tendency of breaking, as I've already broke quite a few of them. But again, they got lifetime guarantees, so it don't matter. So if I can get away with not moving the desk and still have enough room to put this down the bottom of the room, I can either leave this Logitech as a little backup if anything ever did go wrong, touch wood it don't, because I don't, again, like so other things, I ain't seen many problems with people with fan tech. Okay, there has been a few, but some of them has been their own doings, you know. I'm going to say the same what they do. Read what it says on websites. Read, that's what it's there for. Even though I do with the Toby eye tracking bar. Anyway, this one's a nice little drive. Now, I thought that something's happening here because my cushion is vibrating like there's no tomorrow. Now, this is what I like. Going over different textures in different roads. I thought that was the texture, but you know what I mean? I'm losing the plot. That's the shadows from the trees on the opposite side of the road. But if this is anything like Russia, driving down this road and then coming across anything that's bumpy can tip your wagon within seconds, as I found out. And they're all going fast. It's just the physics of the wheels just bump, 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 and then just tips you. Bye bye. You're going to get to the mechanics and go and have your truck repaired. That's how good it was. So, and what I like about this EAA map is the dips. The first garage I come to, again, I'm all foreign names, so I am going to try and pronounce them, but it's on one of the streams I did the other night. It does say EAA map. Just as you come out the garage, there's a dip, the hills like that, in the truck, like, you know, and it's fantastic. I thought, wow, look at that. And I was trying to explain to you the other night about how the inbuilt camera with the physics goes up and down. That's my hand making that, by the way, if anybody's wondering why it keeps going. If I block the LEDs on the Toby eye tracking bar, you've got 6 LEDs in the middle and you've got 2 on the outer, which are bigger. So you've got 3 either side, which are small. See, it does have its tendency to do a wobble. But if you touch or break that, sometimes it don't happen. Yeah, see, my hand gestures, even like if I go and have a vape, yeah, it changes it. But that is something to do in the truck, what I've got set. With that side to side, yeah. It don't happen if I set it without that side to side. But again, I like to be different. I do like that side to side because I do move, actually do move. So to have it a feature within the game. Now this got me. I thought something was seriously wrong And some of these cars have got lights under the cars. I thought our graphics card was playing up the other night. I thought, hold on, what's going on here? Some of these cars in the game, like this one here, have got lights under the cars. I know they do put them on, like, but I thought, I'm losing the plot again. You know. Anyway, it's nice to see in this map that traffic lights change properly. I don't know if anybody else has noticed where you get the traffic lights and they go from green, or they go from red straight to green. They miss out the other colour. I'm like, I don't think I've never seen traffic lights that in the real world. Anyway, it looks like this is half the journey being took up now. Now where we going? Because I do at times get stuck when I come to these ports. I know we've got to go over that direction now with the boaties, but sometimes it's like, okay, which road are we going? And I either end up driving all the way around or reversing. I must admit I am missing my other maps and I'm missing natural looks, but I've put a little sort of one on by a guy called Franklin, which is on the street at Steam Workshop. It's the only one I could find. Now what did I do that for? Trying to find the map, anyway. Where am I going? Balloon, whatever it's called. Bellum. That's where I'm going. I couldn't remember where I'm going. Bellum. Now, hopefully these work, because again, I tested no ferry crossings, which again, that is a god, they have worked. And so far, now stuttering, now thinking, haha, now this might be fun, especially with them bricky textures here. This might rattle and roll when I can get it into gear right. I did say when I get it in gear. That's definitely got a vibrate. Yep, and I thought it would. See the roll are dang good fast. Dang. This is what I like with this game. Ups and downs. It's. I'm gonna give that a bit of. Oh, hope if I turn some lights on. Hey, it's a good job it's a. I'm gonna get nicked. And then give that the first gear to get up here. And again, that sensation this cushion's giving, it's like, woohoo! Oops. It's me not trying to scrunch my gears as normal, but hey, it's always happening. Now this ain't a very big job, but hopefully this will keep us in Brazil. I hope I'm right in saying that, because I wasn't too sure whether this was a fictional map or it was a real map, so I googled some of the names and it says like Brazil. So the jobs I'm going to try and do, I'm going to keep way at this part of the map. I'm sure we've all seen enough of England and Euro itself, so to see some more new areas is worth it. Now, I did drive when I first put this on the other night. I was driving down the road and I don't know whether it was the mod or all the mods that I'd got put on, but there was what should have been rocks. They were just bright red. Again, I'm thinking, is it part of the game? Is the real rocks that are bright red, or is it just out of the sun or the? But no, I drove in the night time and there was day glow red, and there was also day glow red at the daytime. So that whatever's happened, it hadn't mapped the texture to the rocks, because I think I mentioned it in the stream that I was doing it in. I said texture. It does say texture on it. So without having all the other ones on, all the mods and all the other little things we put on with them, it might have solved that issue again. It's exactly the same as the other, but there's little added on extras what these people who map this game do, you know. I just love it. I really do. I ain't too keen on the parking. And it's like, I ain't got a keyboard or anything that can go into, I don't know what mode it's called, again, memory loss. But where you can fly about the map and transport yourself. Trust me to buy a cheap little keyboard from Amazon. And what I did, I had some armrests from my old PC. Because again, at the time I hadn't got a decent PC chair with armrests on. And the hours I spend on a PC doing editing in images, I thought for a £5, 2 little armrests, that'll do me. Well, when I bought this noble chair that I'm sitting in, this is the creme de la creme of chairs for me. What a chair. And the arms and everything. So they was made redundant. When I got the Apex frame, I'm thinking I need a keyboard, especially for Euro. You know, how we move about, like, and I need a mouse and I need a keyboard. So I was leaning over all the while, and then it hit me like a bolt of lightning. These have got like a G-clamp kind of thing. So if you've never looked at the G2 Omega stand, it's just like, I call it an ironing board. It's just like an ironing board, yeah. And on, you got your wheelbase at the front, and then got about that much either side before the legs go down, left and right. I clamped one of the armrests on there. I clamped another one to the right of me, one to the left. The one on the left supports this. And it's just a cheap little nasty, well, I don't say nasty because it ain't nasty. It's just a little keyboard, wireless. Now, again, to buy a base or something like that, silly prices. Just to have a keyboard stand is ridiculous. Really is. I was like, just robbers. So what I did, hey, talk about now, this is going to be a Blue Peter moment. So if you're young and you never know, or thinking, what's he on about? This is one I made earlier. Now, older generation watching this will know exactly where I'm coming from. But there was a programme years ago on BBC One for kids called Blue Peter. And they used to do things and they say, here's one we made earlier. So, hey, here's one I made earlier, right? And what this consists of is a keyboard, a little bit of black Velcro, all white, and I needed to elevate the keyboard because it was as flat as the armrest. So I got a vaping box battery. So that holds 4 batteries, and of course when you buy vaping batteries, you get the case. I've got quite a lot of them. So I halve that. So as it flips open, I broke the seal. I Velcroed that on that, and Velcro on that. Velcro on the bottom of this. Put that on. Half of that, left and right, elevates that. So £5 for the armrest, 10 quid for the keyboard, and of course the plastic things, well, the batteries cost 20 quid, but you know. But if you've got a spare bit of plastic, just or whatever, say like paying over 100 odd quid for the keyboard, and I can take it off because the actual G-clamps have got holes. They turn, so you know, turn the keyboard. Okay, they got, you know, really good turning, but I can turn it slightly. And the other one is just a plain one, which holds my mouse on. Again, because I'm on this PC, I don't use a wireless one. But if the frame I'm going to be buying, when they get it in stock, if that's the same kind of principle, where I can clamp the tubes on. It'll be another £5 one of them. It'll be another bit of plastic with them. And there'll be a mouse that side, and but it'll be a wireless mouse, and of course the wireless keyboard. For what? 15 quid at the maximum? Because I think I've just gone on Amazon and the price of the armrests have gone up now. They've actually gone to 12 quid. Yeah. So I'm sure I can find somewhere cheaper. But it just shows, just using this a little bit, what you can achieve. Anyway, less waffling, let's get jobbing. But I thought I'd share that with you. Now, this, you know, in these roads, or is that just, I don't know if it's a road or ferry, see, ferry distance, land 14 minutes. I don't want to be doing that, that's too far, but that's the way it's going to go. I'm on ferry distances. I wanted to do some driving. Right, is that taking weight? Right, that'll do. We'll do this one. It's a 23-hour job and it's driving rather than going on a ferry. And I say, like, with myself now, as I sat here, the keyboard's just there, just enough elevation for me to see. Again, the screen goes all over the place. It would do anyway. Well, I don't know, because I'm going to be buying a Track IR Pro for the other set, because I don't think the Tower was going to fit with a 50-inch telly. Again, we'll have to see. But it does me exactly. Oh, it's right next to me. I can just come down, screen my buttons. Again, I don't see the. I would like a button box. I've seen quite a lot. Again, another great YouTuber. I think his name Mark. There's him and his dad who do a lot of streaming together. Max, I've been watching them tonight on Project Cars. He put a site, I think it's Polish, and the button boxes, they've got them with the mics on for Euro trucks. Again, it's a gimmick, but the guy on this site, fairly reasonable priced. I have seen one in America, and again, by the time you've shipped it and all that kind of stuff, it's quite dear. So that's the price we have living in the UK. It's all money.
Go straight on.
The one in Poland, it does seem alright. Again, the one in the review for the item I've seen in America, he's got all LED flashings and all kind of stuff in the box. Oh, sorry, it glows up in the dark. But again, for an added feature, you have to pay to have the LEDs inside to light it up. Again, it's all money. You know, like I say, the only drawback I've got with my little Amazon Finest keyboard is I've got no numbers. So if Mark put up about a little USB number pad, and he put the link from Amazon. So thanks for that, Mark. I should have enough room to put a keyboard up and a little number pad. And it's only to get, like, if you get stuck in somewhere or you want it. I don't really want it for transporting. It's for when you make videos with this game. The inbuilt camera are the best in the world to zoom out. Now I had something, what was it? It was some feature I had where I could zoom out better. Oh yeah, it was to do with the physics mod I had in the last one. But of course, removing the physics mod now, I've also lost that extra zoom capabilities with the inbuilt camera. So you can't win them all, can you? And obviously I don't win at all. These confuse me, them lights. Either make them where I'm stopping, you know. I'm sure they have these in France. I'm glad to say we don't have them in the UK. Anyway, I'm discovering all sorts of stuff. Yep.
Go straight on.
Again, like I said, a tail behind jacking bar. It's doing. Sometimes comes where you come to centre it back in the middle, it does centre straight away. You have to get a little nudge with your head, but if you persist, it does go right anyway. Let's find out some new areas. Again, Brasilia, some polio, whatever them is. I always like to have a look at the, well, of course we can't see a lot now, can we, due to the fact it's dark, but the backgrounds and what they've added, like the little factories and stuff like that. They added textures. I think that really, on some of them, really look good. I mean, and that's what natural looks did. It really, there's no differential for the colours in this, but like natural looks, pop the greens and the skies was bang on and everything. It looked a little, well, a little sharper, a lot, not in sharpness, but it just crisper. I mean, it seems a bit flat and dull when it's box standard. Now, if anybody's got an Nvidia card and used the GeForce Experience, which I'm streaming on at the moment, rather than using Streamlab or OBS. Again, with OBS I'm having to run 2 monitors, and of course it's hard to look away and stream at the same time. Again, ideally if I could have one above, I will probably try that for when I do the telly one, and find some way of angling a monitor down on me. I mean, I've got the other monitor. I've got a brand new Samsung monitor, not massive but big enough. Again, I could use that as my main monitor, but again that means buying another monitor. Well, to be fair, I've got a small little tiny monitor, but it's even got HDMI. It's the really old connection, and I forget the name of it. And I assure the other graphics card in the other computer I'll be using, which is 1070, has got that connection on. So again, but it's alright for what I could use it for. It's only tiny. I don't think it's even a 21 inch. We bought it with my dad. To be fair, off eBay, and the computer lasted about, I don't know, 3 months, if that. And again, it's what you pay for. And all my dad used to do was watch YouTube videos and music videos and stuff like that from his generation and his time, so it would have done him fine. And then we bought him one from PC World because it was quicker than having one built, and again it would have been a waste of money, but as I said in the video the other night, the only thing that's good in that PC is the graphics card, because and then extra memory I put in. Can't remember the brand of the computer, but they don't even stock it now. The CPU fan is just terrible. It's like a 10p fan that's on the CPU, and that costs well over £1,000. So basically we were just paying for a graphics card. It hadn't even got a lot of memory in, so I had to contact the people that made it, because PC World, one of the two, PC World and Curry's, in the same company. They hadn't specified what memory it got in, how much memory it was capable of doing. So once I got the information from the people who made it, I went and put some Corsair in, and we did the boot. I upped the PC I'm on now. I started off with 32 gig, Or was it 16? I think it was 32, and this one takes 64 gig. So I'll max this out. Again, at the time I couldn't max it out, but that's the love of PC, isn't it? Give me a PC over a laptop any day. Again, great having a laptop, then portable, you can do what, move about with them, but when it comes to upgrading them, it ain't so easy, is it? So anyway, this is a nice dark road. Anything can happen. Oh dear. Slow down, Russ. Now it's a shame it's dark, because you miss half of this when it's in a dark time. But again, they're all driving daytime. Now the icons come on for the destination, but again, that's a little bit misleading, because that dock can be on for the next 25 minutes and we still ain't reach where we're going. And this is what I like, these buildings, how they light up. Now, dabbling with photography also led me to dabbling with video editing and 3D modules in stuff like yeah, After Effects, Cinema 4D. You don't, just because you're getting on a bit in life, let's say you call in and out dog new tricks. That's rubbish, trust me. I learned all my trade myself.
Go straight on. No
help from nobody. And shitloads of hours stuck reading, studying. Again, it has its disadvantages because I got the qualifications on paper for the real world. But you know what? The hours I spent at the PC, they couldn't wipe my arse, never mind some on them. But going back to that, how they build cities, I've got some software that can do it. It can build a complete 3D city in After Effects and Cinema 4D. And I have made one. And of course you can animate it. And I'll find anything like that absolutely just fantastic. Just to sit there and make something. I mean, there's another link on my top of my page where the subscribe button is, and that's my photography page. Again, there ain't so much content on there as there should be, but there's a few things. I mean, I'm going to try and do my days where I put a bit of content on both, but trying to get this new channel up and running, I've been throwing a lot more time and effort into gaming. I've got more time in my hands than the man himself, so I thought, again, and I'm enjoying it, I really am. Whichever games I play, again, I said it before, this I play every day without fail, even before, sometimes when I go to work, before I go to work, I think I get a couple of jobs in, stream them. I did it the other day. I was dressed for work, shirt and tie, but I had to have a couple of jobs on Euro before I went to work. Yeah, that's the addiction now. I'm addicted to Euro trucks. It's sad, but hey, there could be worse things I could be doing in the world. So, like I says, it's nice to see all ages and genders playing this game, from from ladies, women, young kids, old blokes like me, and even older blokes. You know what I mean? I mean, when people say, "Oh, you're playing bloody PC games," I just look at them and think, "Do one? Go and have a look on YouTube." And there's people all over the world of all ages playing them. So, you know what I mean? And it's a pleasure to watch. I love watching some of the older people race these races. I'm like, wow, go on, because I think, well, if they can do it, and not, some I'm getting on a bit in life. There's still hope for me. Anyway, a nice little posh housing estate. Everybody's a bed in that house. I better be quiet. I bet this looks absolutely awesome in the daytime, so we'll have to come back to here. But it's a pleasure sat here tonight streaming this, knowing far well we ain't lagged, we ain't stuttered, I ain't crashed. Now this EAA map is quite big, or I mean, if you've ever put a map on or any alteration to this game, it does tend to take a little bit of time to load up for the first time, and then once it's done its thing in the game and on your PC, second time round it's virtually seconds. Again, with my problem, I thought it was an issue with an hard drive, as I had it on a USB 3 hard drive connection. So again, I couldn't remember the size, base game size, so I think it was only 3 gig, if that. So I moved it back to M.2 drive. I took the plunge because I thought, I hope it ain't gonna delete all my settings of the tracking bar and, you know, all the wheel settings. But hey, nice one on Steam. I uninstalled the game, and when I installed it back on, a new Steam account to a different drive just for this game, to of course a faster drive, write and read speed. I thought, I've got all my settings, so that was a blessing. I just went straight back into the game and still got the problem. So it was to do with the hard drive. So there's nothing worse than having content on an hard drive and then it failing. I'll tell you what, when I put that into third gear in this man truck, this cushion, I don't know if you're picking this up. If I shut up a bit, you might just hear the rumble. Hold on. Now we've got to slow down. I had to cut in then, because here, see these little bumps and lumps? These little bumps and lumps can tip this wagon over within 5 seconds. Now these are like your potholes. Again, that's what them replicate. And believe me, look at that physics. And it's dipping the truck. I'm glad I slowed down when I only seen that little shade of thing, and I thought, right, it ain't gonna catch me out again. But anyway, I'm gonna go quiet, so see if you can hear this cushion. No issue with it. We'll have to check when I end the stream. But at this present time, that cushion is constantly vibrating. Again, I am gearing the throttle some, going up here in third gear. And like I says, because I'm accelerating, it's doing what it says on the tin. Every gear change pops all 4 of them. And of course, when I slow down, plus you got the engine ticking over. The guy from the UK who reviewed it, and the other guy from America, he was spot on. And he's a kind of reviewer that I would go back. And if he says it's Tuesday, it's Tuesday. His reviews were spot on. You know what I mean? It does what it says. And I've only got one game that doesn't support it, and that's Wreckfest. And if anybody has never seen Wreckfest as a game, this cushion would be absolutely awesome, because it's banger racing. That's what, so you cause him smashing into cars and stuff like that. So this cushion would be like vibrating from the off. I mean, sat here now, the engine ain't running, so I'm getting no vibration. But as soon as I hit that pedal, stick that in neutral. I'm like, not to irritate you, but it's enough to let you know that the engine, so of course you're getting the sound, I've only got a slight vibration in the wheel. Again, you could send the force feedback, but again, it's a Logitech, it's a like something that can really tech it. Not saying it couldn't, but again, gears in it, plastic. If I can break a gear stick within a month, what can I do with the plastic inside? Hence why I'm upgrading. I don't trust myself. But anyway, I'm hitting that accelerator now. Revving it. I'll be quiet then, so you could hear it. Well, hopefully hear it, because I've got a boom mic, and it's quite sensitive. So if you can hear, my friend can hear birds outside of the morning when we've been streaming through the microphone. I'm sure you can hear the rumble of this cushion. But hey, I'm having a quick vape, as one does. I don't think you're supposed to vape at petrol stations, am I? Oh well, if this petrol station goes up, it was nice knowing you all. Right, that's enough of that. Let's carry on with our journey, otherwise it'll be a late one, as in delivery. Now, it's a pity I'm at work again tomorrow. Right. Otherwise I would have stopped up a lot later tonight and streamed the hell out of this. But I got some good news. I'm off all weekend, so you lovely people of YouTube, get ready for a Saturday and Sunday super streaming of Euro trucks. I might even do a bit of racing as well, as I need to start getting some practicing, and I don't know whether it'll be a Assetto Corsa. Again, I bought that game, and when I did, I cringed. Ooh, see, potholes. But over time, and again a little bit better racing, I'm far from brilliant. So, you know, if you do come and watch one of my streams for the racing, don't expect me to be the best racer in the world. I'm still learning the art of in and out and all that kind of stuff, but you know, like anybody else, I'll get there eventually, I hope. I watch a lot of good racing streamers, so I'm sort of watching what they do. Again, I have picked up a few things, like, you know, the more you race, the more you get used to the tracks. But again, your brain can only take so much information, and my brain already holds too much info on other topics, not gaming. So thinking, oh well, you know, text us a couple of minutes, think, oh, I've been round here before, or there's a bend, or I need to slow down. Right, what's happening here? Oh, I thought that was something coming towards us. Now, is that? Seeing bright lights in. What's happening here? What's this? Oh, whatever it is, my cushion don't like. Is that travelling? I do believe it could be a tractor. I thought that was static then. I think I need a new set of glasses. It's a tractor, isn't it? It's a farm vehicle. Again, I don't mind sitting behind it if I've got to sit behind it. I can have a vape and drive. Is it a tractor? I could even be wrong on that. It looks like a combine harvester. It's some farm vehicle anyway. That slowed me down to a crawl. Again, I have got a few, no, not a few now. I did have a few traffic mods in, but again, I mean, to be fair, I have kept a few of the mods, but they're mainly like CSE Mega Pack and traffic density. There you go. Put your teeth in density, where it does more in the day and less at night, which is better. Tend not to crash. And them wheels going round, they look like them stuck. Oh, that's being towed. I can't tell. So it makes it a little bit more, well, a lot more realistic when driving, rather than it being just empty roads. That's like playing on the line, which again, there's enough lunatics who play Euro trucks. Not everybody, just a few that spoil it for everybody else. I mean, it is nice when you go on there and there's decent people on there that play it properly. They'll crash into you for the fun of it. That's what takes the fun out for me on Truckers MP. But again, thanks to the guys at Truckers MP, because sometimes it is enjoyable to go on, and especially over night time when it's quiet like this, there's nobody about. I think, right, might make up a conversation with somebody around the world. Again, most of the countries are driving on Truckers MP. They are English anyway, so it ain't worth me opening up the mic with the M key and speaking. But I've had two good conversations with people in Truckers MP regarding the game. So
go straight.
I would have probably done a Truckers MP job tonight if this hadn't worked as well as it's working. But as soon as it's working, as I said, I don't know how long the stream's going to be, but I had done a fairly long one for quite a bit. Definitely I done one on camera. Not that I'm mic shy, but I tend to stream late at night, and I know a lot of you are in bed and you catch up with the streams when you can yourselves, like, you know. So if there's nobody watching it now, or that's fair enough. It's there for you tomorrow or the next day, whenever you decide to have a look. As long as I know some of you are looking, that's good enough for me. Again, now that mod by Franklin ain't doing a bad job. I mean, it ain't got Lux's finest, yeah. There's no cloud, but that sun with the sunrise, that ain't too bad, you know. I'm enjoying that, the sunrise. And again, it ain't so intensive. I mean, but again, it does tell you something when you're downloading 7 gig of information, but just to mod the game. But it does that. It's a shame that, I mean, I tried to put Lux back on today without no other mods, just box standard, and every time I loaded up the same stacking order in the mod folder. I went on to Wombat, who does all this kind of thing on a daily basis. I looked at his, I'd followed it exactly the same as his. Nothing. I took all my mods out, so I thought, right, there could be a confliction with just the mods. I took all the other, everything out, so it just box standard game. Loaded it all back up, and of course it does take time pushing it all in the positions and whatever, and it just crashed. To get to the loading screen, blah blah blah, this, that, boom, gone. So after about 5 or 6 times of trying to do other things with it, I thought, you know what, I'm just going to have the dull image. And then of course the penny dropped. I thought, right, Steam Workshop, and there's a few other sites that I've got mods on, but of course Steam Workshop's got a rating on it, and if it's rubbish, people rate it rubbish. This had got, I think it was either 4 or 5 stars. I think it might have been 5. So I thought, well, as the old saying, in for a pound, in for a penny. If it works, it works. If it don't, it's unsubscribe jobby until I find one that does. And you know, I'm happy with the guy. I might even thank the guy when I get a chance. It's always nice to thank people for what they do. Again, it must take them quite a bit, because like I say, with the knowledge of doing photography, it ain't the issue with me. It's learning what files, how to get the files from game format into Photoshop format, and then out of Photoshop format back into game format. Yeah, I've checked the exe files, and they are your standard JPEGs or GIFs or whatever, special coded files. So, and Adobe don't support them. And I did look into it, and there was a file that could read the file, but of course I think it was made by Nvidia, and it looked a little bit on the, oh dear, that looks a little bit odd kind of thing. There was loads of people that was editing the pictures, but they were explaining how they was doing it. They was just showing you. If somebody can explain it to us as well as show me, then I'll never forget that. Yeah, it's no good just doing it, not showing you. You ain't learning nothing. You're just seeing them do it, but you don't know what buttons that explain. I like things when people explain the things to you. Yeah, I'll learn a lot quicker that way. And that's how I've learned majority of the things I've learned through photography, is by watching good streamers or good people that have put content up and explained it. Yeah, I mean, don't take nothing away from Adobe. Every button, every kind of thing that they have on any of their products is explained. But you have to be a scientist to understand some of them, because I'm like, what, who? And then you go and find somebody who does a review, brings it back down to a way that is, you know, acer hard, but still gets the message across. So you can then, so that's how you do it. You know, I think these big companies think some of us are so technical minded that we understand their meaning, but fair credit to Adobe, everything they have is explained. And I wished that some of the time gamers, developers would put that practice into things. I mean, when it comes to like racing games, I couldn't tell you half of the things that do this and that and that and that. Again, point me in the direction. Where's the content for me to learn how to tune your race cars? Yeah, I ain't a mechanic. I have no idea. All I want to do is race, try and win races. But if I can make my car better to race, at least give me the information, or give us the information, not only me personally, but everybody that buys the game, how to do it. Yeah. Again, I've watched people explain this game, yeah, and the person I watched explain it, there was parts of it he still couldn't explain himself, yeah, because there's no content on saying, well, if you move this slider, this does this, yeah. So how are we going to learn, yeah? When you go into setup settings, I don't know if it's in gameplay mode or the settings. I don't know what this trailer stuff thing is. There's nothing there telling me what it is. I ain't a truck driver. I wouldn't have the foggiest idea. Again, go to the website. There's just pretty pictures and a few videos showing the game. So where's the content for me to understand being a trucker? Yeah, I can drive the truck, I ain't got a clue what all the bells and whistles are. And that for me, it don't let the game down as in playable, but wouldn't it be a lot better if they did that? And not only this game, there's a lot of those, especially the driving, yeah? That knocks me. I will mention them, but, you know, it's alright having fancy graphic in games if you understand all the other bits to go with it, yeah? I mean, even a little bit of a description's better than nothing, yeah? I don't know, what are you going to do with some of these people, eh? I mean, if I don't do any kind of jobs, I'll give it my all and I'll do it right the first time round, even if it takes me a little bit longer. Which again, anybody that does photography, it's one of them jobs where you create more work for yourself the minute you press that shutter button, yeah? Because not only am you taking the photos, you then got to sit there hours on end. Well, not hours on end, but it all depends what job you're doing. If you do a wedding, believe me folks, stress levels go out the window, and not just on the day you shoot the wedding. Never mind getting somebody's special day's photos right. Again, touch wood, I've never had a problem yet, and I've had some happy clients and people have got some happy memories, and if they lose their pictures, they've also got the guarantee that the pictures are saved online and they can have them photos again at the click of a button. Right, that's the Blitz photography guarantee. So it's all good in the others, they say. And around, I don't know how long we've got left of this job, but it's looking good. Let's have a look at the scenery again. Franklin mod's got a bit of cloud detail again. Coming from colour, the base game just looks a little bit bluish, yeah. So if like the contrast was a bit darker in places, sort of like getting into cave. I mean, there's a load of caves in this game, and others like there's. I mean, I've got, like it says, NVIDIA graphics card and that Anslo, I think it's pronounced that way, where you can make your gameplay look better. So I thought, oh, that's great. Activate it, did a stream, did this, did that. It don't record what settings you've done, unless I'm doing something wrong. So I'm thinking, well, what's the point? I can see what it looks like, but I'd like to stream that out and let the other people in the world that take the time to watch the video experience. Oh, that's what you do with Anslo. Don't see the point in that. Yeah, I mean, not this GeForce Experience streaming. It ain't the best in the world. You can only run one camera. I mean, if you want a multiple, then it's like OBS or Streamlabs and stuff like that. There is others, but again, it's more electric, more money, and of course, when you're on tight budgets, you know, I mean, subscribers and people that donate to the channel, it does help to keep this channel running. I must admit. I mean, sat here now, you got monitor on, PC, lighting, camera. I don't know how much my little meter in the house is going around, but hey, as they say, pennies from heaven. So to the people that do donate, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. All the money goes either back into updating items or getting better stuff for the streams, and it lets me keep putting content out without even having to worry. I do it for my own enjoyment, and of course to bring you lovely people out there in the world a bit more enjoyment, because this world's got enough problems going on. So if I can make somebody's day by sitting there, as my friend would say in Manchester, chatting shit and chewing bubble gum, but in my case it's chatting shit and vaping away, and so be it. Yeah. Now that's one hell of a shiny ass road. I never felt a thing there. Right, let's get back in this road. I definitely are going for translation of that. Jeez. Just having a look. Most of the things are similar, like that, like golf ball kind of thing. Just a little bit wary of them potholes. Every time I see a little hole or something. Right, that's indicating speed ramps. So that's definitely a slowing me ass down. Again. So good, I tell you. You just don't realise it's just that, and going over train stations. Level crossings, should I say. That's the way. These get me as well. Going through these narrow little roads where they're tightened up. Jeez. I don't know which mod it was I was doing, but I went across a bridge. I think it was in Poland. And I was like, no, sorry, I'll tell a lie, it was in Russia. I was like, you're having a laugh. There was just enough to get the truck down. I thought, if anything comes the other way, I'm going to smash it. Without even knowing. And as you see, the camera gets blocked, or the Toby tracking bar gets blocked in my field of view, or pushes me, so there's like that kind of close effect. I love that with the CSC, how they integrated that in to come forward. Because sometimes the dials, the longer I stream, the more my eyes get sore. I'm like, what's that dial say? So I just, edge yourself forward, not and read all that now. With my gacky glasses on. As I do sit quite, I don't say too far away from the screen, but it's as close as I would be. But I'm hoping that should be help with the 50-inch telly at 4K, hopefully. Come on. Some of these cars do get me when they... Now, if I don't pass him, he'll try and cut back in again and then slow me down even more. Not that I want to go fast. I ain't intending to go fast. I just want to get up this hill so I don't stall it. And I've even forgot what we're carrying. I can't even remember. Right, that's a two-way road. Ooh. I thought that was going to be a bumpy bump. No. I don't enjoy the smoother roads because I don't get so much sensation. You only get like the little tiny bit of... Well, I'm actually getting more. The more acceleration you get, the more it rumbles. But as soon as I set my thing off, sort of like coasting, I'm still getting a bit because that's the engine. It's weird. The other day, like when I've done messing about with the mods, I actually lost all vibration in the cushion. I don't know what I'd done, so I went to SRS Shaker Kids website and had to go back in and do it manually. And I was like, please don't. I thought at first the cushion had broke. I thought I'd either blown the speakers up or what, the transducers, or there was a wire loose. I thought, no, don't say I've lost my cushion, because this game or all the games would definitely not have been the same. Yeah, but would have only been getting, like so many others, just the vibration from the wheel. I mean, yeah, you can have the wheel up and really make the wheel shake, and to say it's a cheap wheel, the Logitech, I think it's probably the cheapest. Well, it probably is cheaper, but if you want to start off, I'd say the Logitech is probably cheaper. Then it's sort of like Thundermaster 8 or Thrustmaster. Thundermaster wheel, I got Thundermaster from Thrustmaster. And of course, then you know Fantech and others and higher ones than that. I don't even know. I don't know any more dearer wheels because they're well out my price range. There's too many noughts on the end for my liking with them. So but this does for the little wheel does throw some vibration, and I mean when I've upped the vibration settings in this, and of course when I'm going over bumpy roads, I sometimes feel it in the pedals. It goes through the, well, again it is rattling the whole apex frame. I mean probably I do much for the gears inside the Logitech, but I can feel it. It's like having vibration in my feeties. Right, is that a speed ramp? Yep, I need a tiny one. Sometimes they are speed ramps, they're just painted. I think they do it to slow you down or confuse the hell out of me. Anyway, all new roads. Now I hope in this part of Brazil there ain't no weird garages. I went to a garage the other day and I couldn't get out. I'd crashed my truck, so of course I said teleport me to a garage to be repaired, and it put me in a garage on a set of ramps. I thought, okay, that's nice, that's different. But I went to the outer cabin view by pressing number 2 on the keyboard so I could see. I couldn't go forward because I was up ramps and it was blocked, so I thought, okay, this is a bit tricky. I've got to reverse down the ramps and then out the door. The door they open, so I'm thinking, well, I'll do it. I mean, it's a good job we can pop to garages and teleport, because if I hadn't been teleported I'd have just had to cancel the game. I was so weird. I mean, it was weirder than getting to a garage and in a forecourt. Again, it's on stream, on one of my streams. I couldn't find the exit. I drove around for about 5-10 minutes thinking, okay, how do I get out of here? It was like being in the compound. I was like, this is weird. I thought it at first like it was a glitch, or it was one of the garages that is designed that, so once you buy it, that's it, you ain't getting out of it. But again, penny dropped and
Ready to turn right.
you have to drive down to the entrance. There's 2 exits, but you don't think them going to open, and one does, swings open, and away I went, out the garage I went. But it took a little bit of time to figure it out. Not that I'm completely thick, trust me folks. It's like, they say your standard, like all the other garages, exactly the same no matter where you go. Not in Russia. Oh no, I'm well behind with garage management. So I'm happy to say here in this Brazil one that they am normal. Anyway, let's have a look down the road. Nothing. It's a pleasure to sit here tonight and stream and have this not crash, not stutter, and still opening up a load of new maps. Oh, terrible when you get an itch in your leg. Excuse me folks. I don't think I'll be travelling to Europe for quite a few weeks now. We'll tour Brazil. Might even make an actual EAA map folder. Yeah, I will do that. We'll make this just in it. Ooh, seeing that brown bit, then I thought I'm going to be crashing. I'll make a live another folder so it's just content from the EAA map. I've already got 2 for Euro Trucks. One when I do on Twitch. Again, I don't Twitch stream very much. I tend to find more people react to my content I hear on YouTube than they do on Twitch. I mean, I put a load of time into Twitch. Met a few friends. But that was it. Like I say, I had a I'll just say a death in the family, and because I day stream, that was it. Nothing, not a sausage. If I have one person look at my video on Twitch, that's it. And I've put, you know how you put it out on Twitter and stuff like that, I'm streaming. 300 people can repost your tweet. They're just getting out, man. Or people are looking at your content. So I'm happy with YouTube. It's easy to set up. Just press a button, type in what the title, everything else loads up. And if anybody ever just wants to do stuff quick with the NVIDIA encoding, which is part of NVIDIA video experience, or it's so easy for YouTube. Now, if I use Streamlabs, again, roughly the same settings for video quality. Again, I'm on I can't remember the size monitor, again, top of my head, but it's an ultra wide. Is it 21.9 aspect ratio? Somewhere around there. It's long and thin basically, but it's only 1080 by hold on, let me think. I can't remember the size, but it had 1440, but it does encode to 1440 60 frames a second. So when I actually finish streaming here, the other streams would take well, not absolutely. The longer the stream, the longer I gotta wait to get to the good quality. Yeah, 1080p. Nah, don't cut it for me. Not in technology. I mean, that's all you got. Then that's all you got. Yeah. But you know, I like to put out decent quality streams because sometimes if I'm doing nothing, I'll load up if I want to have a look at what my streams look like. I'll load up one of these videos on my big telly on my wall and just lie there and relax watching my own videos. Not all of them, why that's sad, but you know, if something's happened in the stream, say I'm on Truckers MP or something, or a glitch has happened, like how them cars was coming towards me and then suddenly disappeared, I think, oh, let's have a look what that looked like, you know. That's why I watch them back, yeah, just to make sure that my content is as good as it can be. But doing it with NVIDIA video experience, it encodes this virtually on the fly. It really does. If I have to wait, well, I don't know really. Like I say, it depends on the size of the video. But normally, I can press on it and it's there at 1440 at 60 frames a second. And I'm like, I'll have some of that. So again, you got like 4 little pointers, so you can put your camera in all the 4 corners. Then you'll have like to say that you're actually on video or streaming, in my case. Then you'll have one for, say, for the microphone. They have one for chat. Again, I've never had that to work. Not that people like commented, but that one don't work with NVIDIA. It's a shame, because I'd love to see the chat in a box in a corner. Again, there's one that indicates how many people are watching your stream, and at this specific moment nobody's watching me, which is a shame. But again, like I says, there's always another day or time when people have got the time to sit there and watch a stream, and I know there's a few that do. So I appreciate that. Oh, that's nice, ain't it? American diner or Brazilian diner. Love it travelling over daytime so you can see what's about. Oh. Texaco garage? It sure is. Thought I was a Tom. Back here in England then. All we need now is a deer to run across the road. That would be funny. Well, it won't be funny because I'll be slapping my anchors on like anybody would. I think that's what CSC software need to do. Interact with things like that. You know, kids running across the road or an animal running across the road. So then you've got to test your air brakes more often. You know, don't say all the while because that'd get boring. I mean, if they can get this far with this game, just what's this game going to get like in another, say, 5 or 10 years? It's good now. It's more than good. So, you know. I mean, this is a love of this game. It ain't just a game that's okay. There you go, it's done. It's a game working in progress, ain't? You know, with all the added content and all the new maps they're intending to bring out, and you know, our people are modding. It'd be good if they all got together. You know, like Lux, Pro Mods. Again, I ain't too sure of the other people. This one EAA with CSC and made the ultimate, sound like an ultimate edition of Euro trucks and American trucks, yeah. And, you know, call it welder trucks, where they cover the whole world, so they integrate like America and all they are. I mean, because I'm sure like they can integrate it into one map, and again. You know, something like that, I would pay the money for it. I would pay that price, even if it was, because you know, you mean, you got a console, you buy the discs, what, 40-50 quid. I remember on PlayStation Normal, the olden days, where you'd buy it and you'd do the disc in a fortnight. You know, that's when I first started gaming. It was on console. Never had a PC then, but you know, you do the disc and okay, I'm bored. I've done the game. At least with this, there's something to do. Again, I suppose if they could do it, like, and all to come together and did it. I mean, one, to generate money for people, the ones that mod and probably don't get paid. You know. I mean, I've seen an advertisement, something about Microsoft, where this guy took it was on here in the UK, where they was on about stitching all photos together. You know, imagine taking real stills and then putting them textures on. I mean, I know it sounds easier to do, but I know it's easy to do. I mean, imagine not having a one-to-one size replica of the maps, but more realistic kind of sightseeing. I mean, I couldn't believe when I first got this that the Eiffel Tower were in Paris. You know what I mean? But we've got the BT Tower in Birmingham. But one of the most iconic buildings or items in the world is the Eiffel Tower. It ain't there. You know what I mean? It's something you'd expect. Again, Paris Rebuild have got that. Not installed because, again, I don't go to Paris that often. And I think quite a lot of people have done the reviews on Paris. It is if it's massive. But again, it was nice just to drive through and go, there's the Eiffel Tower. Again, I don't know. Some of the places around the world, I wouldn't know whether them you know, a proper item, you know, landmark or anything, unless it's English or it's one that I know. Again, I don't think I've been to the Grand Canyon in American Crux, but is it the Grand Canyon? Is that Grand Canyon? I've been to the place, but is the Grand Canyon, or is it, you know, genuine land? That's the word I'm looking for. Landmarks. I knew it'd come. I know I'd find it eventually. Dear. Anyway, I've no idea where we am. All I know, it's Brazil, somewhere in Brazil or South America. It's probably, again, I don't even know. I'm assuming it's called South America. I was absolutely hopeless at geography at school when I was a kid. Absolutely horrible. But ask me anything about the Black Country and I could answer you. Hey, thanks to my aunt and her other three sisters, hey. Talk about Black Country. Jeez.
Get ready to turn right.
Now, if my school had learnt me stuff about my own area, I probably might have been a bit clever and wanted to learn about other countries. Great. I say, learn you about your local stuff first. Now, what's this car waiting for? Christmas? That's what he's waiting for. I'll let you off, geezer. I thought sometimes they get stuck. This mod's quite good though for this traffic density. They don't pull away till they can definitely pull out. So sometimes you do have to wait a bit than normal. But there's no crashing into you. The other mod I had, they're reversing into you. If they crashed into each other, which they was doing, and then reversing into you, so that was the point. They was damaging you without thinking. But the traffic mod in this now, again, is quite well. It's good. I'm enjoying it. Not as much traffic as I'd like. The other one had a lot more traffic.
Straight on.
But it ain't weird. There's no silly driving. It's more sensible driving. Whoever's made this one, it's realistic enough. Again, I do assume I've read or I've seen where they can change the values of your density of your traffic by tweaking settings, but again, I've got enough problems without going into settings like that and changing values. Be alright if I understood it, but I don't, so I'll leave that up to people that know what they're doing. I'll just sit here and drive me wagon. It's bad enough doing that without trying to crash or tip the thing over, and to be fair, I ain't doing too bad of a job at the moment. Oh, says the man who nearly took out the other truck. I forgot I got two trailers the same, not big ones. I don't know how the people can drive these massive long trailers. I know they do it for fun. The very first one I ever seen was Squirrel driving one. I was like, that guy's never going to deliver that load, but he did. I gave him his due. He couldn't park it due to the fact it's too long for where he was putting it in, and he'd gone through the railings, I think, if my memory.
Get ready to turn right.
But it was fun to watch. I mean, having to go so slow.
And then turn
Jeez,
right.
it was a good screen. So if you ever get the chance, go and check out Squirrels. It might take you a few minutes to find it, because the guy's got more content for Euro than I've had hot dinners and I've had a few. But again, he does portray this game real well. Especially when you're coming, you know, just bought the game. He was the first YouTuber that I found with content about this game, and you know, I'd like to one day join one of his convoys when he does online, so I think I'd enjoy that. I mean, there's only me and my friend that actually play this, as I know. Again, looking into joining, I don't know what they call them, but join the community. And every time I look at anything that's being organised, I'm either working or I forgot it and it's happened. I missed the chance to join in. I mean, I was driving one night in Euro, ever so quiet, nothing on the road because it was in Truckers MP, and then all of a sudden this convoy of trucks. If there was 70 trucks, one after another, and if anybody's watched me on Truckers MP, I just pap at everything. It's something that truckers do, innit? You know what I mean? It's like saying hello in trucker language by papping the horn. They was all papping me back, you know. Oh, now what? Now is that? Ah, see, that was a car hitting me. But I think I hit the car. Don't like these doubly trailers. One's bad enough. There is something you don't see very often. Cat's eyes. You do see them, but I don't know many roads. I bet this is a nice road to drive down at night, because again, it would just be the whites of the road, or they might be yellow, who knows. But I can actually, if I go over, no, thought I might be able to fill the rumble, because I'm slightly raised in the road. Cat's eye, you tell you that good. It's the tracker. The cushion, but it'll find me some concrete. If anything, broken concrete's fine out, it'll find that. That's no problem. Anyway, looking at the background maps, it looks like this is loaded up now, ready. It was big, so like in big mountains like that, it was sort of just off of that size to the left. It was bright red. And it was like, okay, now I've got them studs, as I call them, the cat's eyes. I'm getting that blah 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 to say I'm driving over them cat's eyes. So yeah, they do register that in the cushion. How good's that? Because I tell you what, sometimes when I've streamed all day and then I go into like what I'm doing now, streaming through the night or to the early hours, I'll start nodding off. I actually start nodding off, and then all of a sudden I'll veer her off course a bit, either left or right. If I ain't nothing, that shudder will just like, oh shit, mate, talking to sleep. Are you ready? It's not good. So again, I cancelled that because you have got that facility where you have a rest period, but of course ends up driving through the night, then a day and night. I just like to let the light take its course, and if I'm still driving, I'm still driving. I mean, them are things you don't know. I mean, what got me when I first started playing this was like, why is everybody, when I go online, overtaking me like there's no tomorrow? Here's me doing 56 miles an hour. How come everybody's passing me at like silly speeds? Nobody tells you that you don't do well the truck jobs online. You know what I mean? Well, the truck job's got a speed limit, to 56 mile an hour. Again, 56 mile an hour is a sensible speed. There's nothing wrong with 56, but sometimes when you've been on an empty road, right, I'm going to just slow down because, like I say, railway crossings, that one ain't a bad one, to be fair. We're going back to the speed thing, like, you know, 56 is enough, but sometimes if you're on an especially when you're playing online, Truckers MP, if you're on a straight road or straight bit of motorway, you know you ain't going to tip the vehicle over, or the lorry or the trailer. It's nice how you can put your foot down and just open it up, and of course slow down when need to, and that's what I tend to do if I play online. Is do over the speed limit. I ain't gonna say I do, because I do on the streams of mine on here. I mean, I do try my best to see to the speed limit. I mean, but them clocks for me are the best in the world, yeah. Sort again, you can see them a bit closer when you're in the real world. I wish I could bring the dashboard. Well, I can bring the dashboard closer, but I don't want to be on top of the. Pardon me, yawning away. I don't want to be on top of the dashboard. I've tweaked and tweaked and tweaked this cabin before I started the stream to get the height and everything right, and then it's still alright. So I'm back into settings, and I think it's F4 and it on the keyboard. Oh, break. Now I don't know, is it just me, but some of these trucks they got that because there ain't enough air brake noise for my liking. I think you get more in American trucks than we do here in the European trucks, what we drive, like, you know, all the other manufacturers. I like to hear that brakes. I mean, if you go and sit by a wagon, or you're in traffic in the real world, that noise sounds a lot louder. Again, is it because I'm in the cab that it's muffled? Could be, you know. But there ain't enough there for my liking, and I've searched and searched and searched and searched for. Again, I've weirded it, suspension, brakes. Can't find nothing. Again, all I find is about the physics. Oh yes. Wonder what these yellow lines was. It losing the plot here, I tell you. Ah, up we go. See, I'm learning. There's no way I'm going over them at 40, 50 mile an hour. Oh no, it's only a 40 mile road, I think. Oh, sorry, it's a 25. Yep. But there's no way I'm going over them like Sterling Moss and crashing the truck. Again, lights went from red straight to green. Let me start the third, the middle colour, the amber or yellow. This is going to be one of them roads. At least they show signs for speed ramps, because in Russia they don't give no warning at all. Before you know it, you're on one of them bumpy ass roads and your truck's tipped over. It's hilarious. There's the gear. Oh, again, a little bit too fast. Again, I don't know if we've got any traffic behind, but I don't care. Is that a police station? Again, that's all Brazilian, so I have no idea what that is. Speed limit gone back up to 50. Again, it's so easy on the Logitech to put your foot down. There ain't much pressure to, as I'd call it, floor it with the acceleration. I'm hoping, well, for the price, I'm hoping Fanatec pedals, I don't know which version they are. When you buy the bundle, is a little bit stiffer. I know they can be changed to make the brake pedal a lot harder. You know, Logitech ain't that bad, but again, I've never drove any other sim wheel than the Logitech. Yeah, I missed my opportunity. In the job I do, we have open events, and they had an open event where PlayStation come and set up, I think it was about 6 or 7 sims of their own for people to try. And of course, because I lost my dad, I didn't go to work, and I missed my opportunity, because I would have absolutely loved it. They got VR headsets on and everything, and I missed my opportunity to having that test out. But again, you know, what's more important, my dad or a sim racer? My dad, of course. But you know, it's just my luck. So hopefully, work will have this. According to one of my friends, they will have this event again held at my held at the place where I work next year, or this year, yeah, 2020, like, as we did a good day, hosted their event. So, but by that time I should have me a decent little setup. Again, not the best in the world, but it's better than what I'm on now. And again, I think there's quite a lot of video content out there with the Fanatec people have made. There's quite a lot of reviews. Not many have got a bad word about the Fanatec 2.5 wheel base. Again, I would like direct drive, but again, 1,500 quid just for the base, and then you got to start buying pedals and steering wheels, and you know, it is only for enjoyment. It is if I'm doing this for a business or anything. Again, we'll see if I'd, you know, I'd like to take it up as full time. My ideal for this channel would be to review products, review video games, and my opinion would be, you know, pros, cons, just like majority of the people, but it be an honest one. Like I says, if it don't meet my mark, I'll be selling it. I wouldn't want people to go and end up spending money that they ain't got on something that makes out to be the best thing since sliced bread. I mean, if somebody said to me, now give your honest opinion of this game, I would say get to Steam, go and download Steam and go and download it. You know what I mean? Even though certain things of the game could be better, for gameplay, not a problem. Entertainment, it's a 10 out of 10. For having, you know, a good laugh with it, that's a 10 out of 10. For written up information of what everything does, that's the one. You know what I mean? For interface, that's got to be low as well. That'd be a 3. You know what I mean? But that's to do with information. If I had to make this game better, I'd revamp the interface. I'd put a little tiny description to the blank side of the screen, or clickable link somewhere to say this is what this does, this is it. If you click it And of course, some games will take you out, or put a link on the website which explains everything. I mean, and I mean this, I really do. CSC software, if there's a website out there that you've got with the information on, I will sit and make your videos explaining what they do, i.e. but I call them videos if I don't understand it myself, yeah? There's something for you. Because I can't find the information. Again, I might be looking in the wrong place. I've gone to your website. But if I can find the content to know exactly what every single slider means, does, okay, some of them it's easy to understand, yeah, but there's about 3 or 4 that I can't understand. I don't know what they do, yeah. So I might contact you after this stream, because I'm up for a challenge. I need something to do to keep my occupied besides games. So I think it'd be beneficial to people like myself that don't know what's going on. I mean, probably the information really wouldn't help you, because of course your man is just coming on here and you're driving, yeah. And there ain't too much things, you know, it's as if you're repairing the truck and stuff like that, like i.e. with racing games, you are building up a career and having a thing. But if anybody does watch this, and this game, well, it's a game, it's a simulator. It's a very good simulator. This would get a 10 out of 10 for keeping you wanting to come back and play it every single day. And of course, if you've got a wheel, I mean, you can play it with a pad. I have never experienced this with a pad. I did say I would try it once, but again, I don't want it to change any of my settings. What am I doing up here? Trying to go up here in 5th gear, that's talking. Until I don't normally talk, race or do any driving. So I feel highly honoured out there in the land of YouTube or the rest of the world. This is something I don't do normally. Not that I call multitask, but it's trying to watch the screen, do this, do that, do buttons. I'm still keep going for that 5th gear. I'm going uphill. You know, get that into your brain. It's the wrong time of day to be streaming. That's my excuse anyway. But no. I can't even pronounce that. I ain't even gonna bother. Well, they like the wind farms here, that's for sure. Have I got my light? No, I've already got my lights on. I ain't even turned them off. Now this cushion's really going for it again. So this road must have some kind of texture on it. I'm going to slow down because I've got that little inkling that where there's a little texture map, there's going to be another one that's going to bump the shit out of my truck and me. And we've done really well.
Go straight on.
Without crashing. Now I'm looking at them green. That could have been what they mapped the other day. I'll have to go back and probably not do it on a stream, like, but just to see if that has now mapped them bright red rocks as I was seeing. Just out of curiosity. I hope y'all guys are hearing this noise. tell you. Because my ass is vibrating like there's no tomorrow, I tell you. It's like somebody tickling you, especially when you get a bit of thing out. I would love to experience what the SRS Shaker Kit complete package does, with the ones with the back as well. I mean, some days when I'm at work and I come home, I think, you know, normal people, you know, get home, have a shower or get in the bath. Not me. Eventually, yeah. But the first thing I want to do is get my ass back into this chair, because this noble chair is it's the noble chair with the lumbar support. And I ain't joking. The hours I used to sit, the hours I sit doing photography some days, especially if I'm doing a big job of editing, you know, 5-6 hours is nothing. Editing photos, depending on what you shot. But I wouldn't be able to move. I'd be doubling up because of my back, or my backside had gone numb. But I ain't joking. So I bought this chair, and this is again just over 12 months old. It's not lost any of its shape. It's not lost any of its support. And I come home, and the first thing I do is change my footwear back into slippers, so I'm getting ready to race or play the PC with the wheel. I've got a pair of slippers I bought a few weeks ago, and I ain't joking, I was going to buy a pair of racing shoes, yeah, you know, get everything ready for when I move up, because, you know, to get grip. But these slippers are cracking. And I tried racing the other day in a pair of Dr. Martens steel toe cap boots. It wore happening. I did do the stream, but, you know, them bloody things are massive. But like I says, I come home, I take my boots off, I put these slippers on, and then I sit in this chair, and within, what, 10 minutes at most, the pain from standing up all day at work, because my job entails a lot of standing, them aches and pains just disappear. And this chair is so comfortable. I ain't ashamed to say it on camera, I actually fell asleep on numerous occasions and had a better night's sleep sometimes. Not so much now, but at the time, because like I say, the bedroom I'm in ain't very big, and it's easier for me to have a sofa bed. The old sofa bed I used to have, it wore the best thing since sliced bread. It was comfortable, but not like a proper bed. But I like to have a chair as well as a bed, so again, but I changed that. And this one I've got a full-sized sofa bed with a mattress, where the other one don't. But I can sometimes recline this seat not too far back. Might get a proper big pillow off my bed, and I have actually fell asleep in this chair and had a cracking night's sleep. The only thing that gets a bit of a problem is your feet, because of course they reclined up, like, or flat. But again, Noble do sell a footrest kind of thing. But I'm thinking to myself, if I was going to actually buy one to elevate your feet up in the air a bit, especially when you're gaming and stuff. Again, no good when you're playing what we do, because you couldn't be able, you're using your feet as for your pedals. But if you was like gamepad, then that'd be sound. But I would end up sleeping more times sat in a PC chair than I probably would getting out the chair and just going into bed behind me. They're comfortable. I mean, again, Noble chairs don't come cheap. We are talking 150, 200 pound. I think they do a lower range, but if you suffer from backache, I cannot recommend this Noble lumbar support one. It's up there. I mean, it's even leather. It's either leather one, they do it in leather, or I don't even know they'll cut the material what's on it. It's strung though. I mean, it's a cheap material, but for comfort. I mean, I'm sat here now, and if I hadn't got the shaker kit on, I'd just start going to sleep. It's only that what's keeping me awake. It really is. I'd have this. I mean, when I'm racing F1, I recline this and get as low as possible, so I'm far back and my arms stretched and everything. And I think I start nodding off. Let's play in Euro. F1, sorry. I get that bloody comfortable in the chair. Any road. Now I'm glad I've come down this road. As I said earlier on, Dale, I bet this is nice to drive down these roads with the cat's eyes again. And that's funny, we can't see him on these, but we can see him on our own. Turn me eye beam off, don't want to dazzle the geezer. Don't dazzle, dip those headlights. That was the old saying. Again, was here in the UK. Without what a lad. I mean, going back, this is the love of this game. Especially the Euro one. 1 minute you're up flat, then you're down, then you're up, and then these maps now, then you don't know what roads you're going to be driving. I think the best thing I enjoy in American trucks is the destinations. I mean, I've said it, the first night I went to Vegas, and it's in the casino all lit up. I thought, that looks good. I enjoyed that. That was, and it was night time as well. I think that Euro looks more colourful. Of course, when you get out in what we call the sticks, the deserts, and that's just bland and plain. But again, it is bland and plain, and there's nothing to see. And then you get into the cities. That's where that game shines. Again, I've been to more places around the world and America in these two games than I've ever been in my life. Yeah. Right. You're here one day and you're travelling. I mean, I've never been to South America, but I've drove through about 5 or 6 different places already, and this is just on this job. And again, not knowing if there's any specific landmarks or anything, I wouldn't have a clue. And I've all got to do the same as him, because he's really going to be slow. Again, I don't care. I hate doing this to be on a time limit. If it takes another 10 hours, which I hope not, because it's going to take ages to encode. That's an old farm vehicle, pulling it, or a tractor pulling a trailer. Now he can go 40 mile an hour, and I can go 50 mile an hour, because he's got the 40 mile an hour badge on the back. And I could overtake him with these. What was the point? Now that's strange. He's driving down the road, and all of a sudden he just disappears. So, could that be a problem? Again, it's a problem for me. It's just if they respawn back in. But again, that could be the traffic mod I've got on. But again, it's dark. I don't know. Oh, and there's another thing you can tell how we disabled the rain effect. think I've done enough streams now with how different mods, unless I find one that again, ever since I put the realistic rain on, the first one seemed louder, and the same guy that did it on Steam, he made one for Pro Mods, and of course the link says if you core hear it blah blah blah, make the thunder sound louder. Don't work. I've tried it in all different combinations, up, down, underneath. I mean, they all say yeah, this mod should be higher than that in the stack. Yeah, I don't know about the others, that one all saying it, so you know, you don't know which way to do it there. But I was looking forward to it. I thought, right, I like to wear lightning, well, not the lightning, like, well, yeah, I like to see the flash. You know, not every flash lights up the whole area, but when it thunders, I like to hear that really bad thunder rumble. I mean, I've got sound effects files that really sound like it's thunder and lightning in the distance. I mean, that would be another good feature. Again, that might come in time, where you get the sound of thunder coming